guys? Swing Surgeon here, where we dissect swings. Today we're going to be looking at coiling. We'll be looking at Mookie Betts and Starling Marte. And basically what coiling the hips is if you look at Mookie here, it's a movement backwards with this forward hip. Basically you're trying to show your rear back pocket, or at least his left pocket, to the pitcher. And the reason we do this is if you imagine we're looking straight down at a hitter, so we're above his helmet. He coils his hips just a little bit this way so that when he gains momentum, now his hips are pointed at this angle, right? We're looking straight down. And so when he unloads, he has all this space to run around instead of just a little bit of movement. So say he didn't do this move. It would be, this is my hip line if I'm looking straight at a hitter, and he only has here to here to open instead of all the way around here. And what this also does is this just gets a little bit of momentum backwards and forwards for torque. So again, if I was to spin a baseball, I wouldn't want to take the baseball and just start spinning it to gain the most force. You would spin your hand backwards, and you spin it hard forwards to gain the most momentum. And if I was, again, a lot of kids do this, they shift their hips backwards, and that backwards move does nothing for us. Because again, if I was spinning a baseball, if I just move the baseball this way, and then I spin it normal, it's going to do nothing. It's going to be the same as just spinning it in place, except for I just moved the ball to the right and got myself off balance. That's all that is. So if we take a look at Mookie Betts, you'll look at his right back pocket, and what you'll see is he'll coil it into that right hip, basically pinching that right hip flexor area, torquing his foot into the ground. And then when his left foot hits and he starts to fire, his hips will open first before his body. And this will give him a little bit extra juice on the ball. So if we play it slow-mo here, you'd see his back pocket starting to show right here, right? Just enough. He has a little smaller movement, which is okay. So we can see he goes forward, and it's just a little move. So what he kind of does is he'll kind of start in that position. He'll go here, and then just a baby turn into it. And this is one of the more subtle hitters for this. And he'll open his hips as his foot hits, keeping his upper body back and driving through. Okay. Then we can look at the side. Doesn't show the whole picture, but you can kind of see if you look right here, you can kind of see this hip crunch in as he goes. Crunch. And that's all that's doing is turning around, and this hip came forward just a little bit. Again, he's not one of the big movers with this, but you have to do a little bit to gain a little extra power. Okay. And then when he's ready, that coil unloads, upper body stays back, giving good hip separation. If you want to check out that video, I'll have it linked right here for hip shoulder separation. All right, cool. Now we'll look at Starling Marte. Thank you. All right, now we have Starling Marte. So again, if you'll look, he presets it just a hair. You can already see his hips kind of crunched in and turned away from the batter. You'll be able to see it more from the side. But if we go ahead here and just look at his front hip, turn towards the catcher. It's a very subtle move. This is kind of just one frame. But you can see that right back pocket. If you look right here, that right back pocket ends up showing up. And then he uncoils his hips. It's a little jittery, but that's okay. So, shows up, turning those hips, and then fires and unloads. So if we look here, it's a little easier to see. You can see this. You can almost see the back of his pocket kind of showing up right about here, right? His back pocket showing up. You can see this line on his pants kind of turning towards us from the side to get a little momentum. His hip, if you look at his right hip, it kind of turns towards the pitcher and like forwards. So he's basically showing his backside to the pitcher right here. If you look, he's a little more straight on back here. Gets his load, it faces him. He starts to fall forward, and then when his front foot hits, his hips unload, using that torque that we just gained from the inside to use it on the unloading, holding our upper body back, and then unleashing on the ball. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you need online lessons, please contact swingsurgeonlessons@gmail.com. Thank you very much for watching.